Hello.
Hey, everybody. I'm so excited.
Us too.
Welcome to Cougar Talk.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, we are so excited. Oh. Hold on. We have another guest.
Hello.
Hi. Just in time.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you guys? Thanks for being on.
Here's Ashton.
Hi. I'm in my car, so don't mind me. Sorry.
Perfect. So are we.
Well, we were just talking about multitasking.
Right.
Yeah.
As long as you're not driving.
Definitely multitasking tonight, so I apologize. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you
That's
for
great.
having us.
Are you actually driving?
What was that?
Are you driving?
Yes.
That's hilarious. It really is.
That is commitment, Ashton.
I'm
really
very
is.
committed.
Wow. I take back what I said earlier about multitasking. Oh, I know. That's great.
Only men can't
Yeah,
multitask.
probably true.
Wow. You're looking at the road, right?
You what?
You're looking at the road, right? Like
Am I looking at what?
the road.
Oh yeah. No. I'm like parked right now, but like I was driving.
Okay.
We'll be driving again
Okay.
soon, but my friend will be, my
God.
cousin will be driving us, so it won't be that bad.
Okay.
Okay.
I felt
It's
like
not
we were in a
me
movie where
driving.
the lead
There's still a lot of
character looks
safety
away from
stuff
the road
going
for
on
like
here.
half an hour, you know, you're like, aren't you?
Wow.
Oh my
Okay.
God. That's awesome.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Got a heart attack.
I know.
I'm like, I think you hit somebody. I saw feet fly
No.
up.
Oh
No.
my God.
I won't be driving myself, but we might be moving at some point.
All right.
I don't even really know what's going on right now, Ashton. Like,
Don't even worry about it. Let's just jump in.
okay. So, Katie Ray. Katie just said, babes. Hi, Katie.
Oh, hey, Katie.
Yes.
Oh,
All right. So we're here with Jack and Piper Davenport. And
Hi.
In the flesh.
so me and Ashton were just talking, and we've never done a husband and wife.
Never
So-
done America.
That's not what we've heard. That is not what the internet says at all. But we did a threesome podcast earlier this
Right,
week.
yes.
But this is our first foursome, so
Oh.
welcome to it. We got the red velvet grapes for you and everything. We're going big time. So thank you for that.
Katie said,
Yeah, I don't know that there's a whole lot of husband and wife romance writers out there.
Mm-mm. I mean, we've met. I mean, really, very few.
No.
Sean and Izzy.
Sean and Izzy, yeah.
Do it. You know, we've known people that have sort of dipped their toe in it, but
Yeah.
not. I mean, we do. The more we write together, the more we
Yeah.
just enjoy.
Yeah.
Because whether we're doing an official co-write
Mhm.
or we're doing one of our books, the other one's always. It's like
Yeah.
a chef. If you live with a chef, the other one's going to come in the kitchen and go, "What are you doing? Don't do that. This would be better." You know, I got, you
Yeah.
know, or you get stuck and you go, "What does this need?" And the other one's gonna, and they go, "Okay, let me teach you how to make a béarnaise sauce or whatever,"
Yeah.
you know. So we're always picking at each other's
Yeah,
work, but
totally.
we love it.
Yeah,
It's fun.
super fun.
have one of you ever had to teach the other one how to make a certain sauce?
I make my own man gravy, but I don't think that I can teach her how to whip that. Well, she whips it
Well,
up.
I do whip
She
it up.
does whip it up. She gets it out of the container.
He makes a really good
which is
mayonnaise.
good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But other than that,
And we've made two.
baby batter.
Baby batter.
I make baby batter. She's
We've
been
made
able.
two lots of baby
Yeah,
batter.
uh-huh. She's been able to bake my baby batter
Yeah. Yeah.
in her womanly oven, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That
That was fun.
was a long time ago. No, that's
Yeah.
a long time.
Yeah.
Ago. But no, I do most of the cooking. So the only person really in our house that ever cared what I was doing is our oldest son.
Right.
And now he's married and they cook together. He still loves to cook.
Yeah.
I mean, he just loves to cook. So He's a video game designer, and he's actually working on something right now that involves like his love of cooking, which is.
But I don't want to think.
Kid got his dream job out of college.
I don't want to be thinking about his baby then.
No, definitely not. They're still too newly married to be thinking about it. I never want to think about his baby.
Or his mayonnaise.
No.
No.
But so he followed in my steps. But
yeah,
Piper likes to do dishes, so
Yeah.
I like to cook.
Yeah.
It works out.
Now our youngest son is wanting to write, so we're gonna get him started this year. He wants to write a murder mystery.
Mm-hmm. Don't say too much about it.
I won't say anything about it. So we're gonna start a murder mystery series, and there's a daughter in it, and so I think he's gonna do the daughter. He's gonna do the YA version of it because he illustrated our children's book. So we're doing 2 more children's books this year that he's gonna illustrate, but he's also going to. Oh yeah.
Kissing the biker's boo-boo.
So he's going to illustrate 2 more of those for us this year. And I think we're going to do a murder mystery series, and he's going to write with us. So the 3 of us are going to do this project together.
I love that. That is awesome.
Yeah,
this is my favorite picture in the whole world. Zoom in so you can see that. So that's one of Piper's Dogs of Fire and his little boy, who is, this book is based on. So it's just a fun kids. When you go to a signing, you see guys like that over and over and over and over and over, and then all of a sudden you see something that's made for kids. It's like maybe you have kids with you at a signing. It's like we've had parents buy them just good, something my kid can do. Cool,
yeah.
Right.
And we give them crayons too, so the kids can color in the back. So it gives the little kids something to do. It's really fun.
Yeah, there's all little activities and stuff. So we're always just trying to think of something to do. If we're not writing, we're actually in my recording studio right now. We're up here doing music together as a family. We have the Davenport family band, because that's what I did for 25 years. And when she met me, that's what I was pretty much doing full time. And she went to all the shows and set up the drums and took drum lessons before I met her, just because she knew she was going to marry a drummer.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, she was. You can say more. I mean, it goes. If you want to hear the real story behind that, if we have the time.
Yeah, I was living in New Zealand because I'm originally from New Zealand, and I had made a list of what I wanted, and I knew I was moving to America because I hated New Zealand. So I'm like, no, I'm moving to America, and I'd made a list, and he had to have hair longer than mine. He had to hate skinny women. I wanted a man with blue eyes, and he had to be a drummer, and I wanted him to be able to play another instrument because I sing. So it would be great if he could sing with me. But the most important thing was he was a drummer. And so I moved to the States when I was 18, and I started taking drum lessons, not because I needed to learn how to play. I needed to know how to set up and tear down my husband's kit, but I learned to play within that anyway. So I play as well, not very well, but I love it. So I play a little bit. So and so I met him, and he was a drummer when I met him, and he plays every instrument.
On that list, the 2 things on that list that she didn't get were older.
Older.
So definitely, welcome to Cougar Talk, because she's 3 years older.
Yeah.
So she's a little cougar cub, but she still got me. And financially stable. I'm like, wait a minute, you wanted a singing drummer with long hair that was financially stable? Like, you may have as wished that I was a werewolf.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. So no, I did not have a pot to piss in as a 20-year-old singing drummer, as one might imagine. But I wore her down pretty quickly.
Yeah, he did.
She knew what she wanted.
Yeah.
She knew what she wanted.
I was not, when I met her, I was not going to let her get away. And she kept saying really stupid things to scare me off. Like, well, if I dated a musician, I'd have to go on the road with him. I'm like, yeah. And if we got married, I'd want to take the kids and the dogs and everybody on the road. And I'm like, yeah. And she's trying to scare me, and I'm just going, I'm going to marry this woman.
I
7 months
that.
later, we were engaged.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes, the cookbook, we're still working on it. The cookbooks take a long time.
The cookbook.
So yes, it is still in the works. It is still planned. It just takes a lot longer to put together a cookbook than it does to write a book, believe it or not.
It takes longer to put out a cookbook than it does to learn to cook.
Yeah.
Is what I'm experiencing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Plus, we try to release a new book every 6 weeks.
Yeah, we're trying to put out a book every 4 to 6
Now
weeks.
we're trying to go 4 to 6. So it's you
yeah.
know, we're busy enough, but we really do want to do it. It's a real
passion project.
Yeah, passion project that we really want to do.
Yeah.
And it eventually will come out. I just there's so many other things. I feel like I'm talking.
There's a legit cookbook. I was thinking they were still talking about the baby bear.
That will not be in there. Hopefully people have learned how to figure out their own recipe. Just shake the bottle really hard, and then go harder, and it will eventually come out. It's pretty self-explanatory. You might need some safety gear or something like that, but if you don't do that's bad. Wow.
All right.
Trust me, just fast enough, and then the baby.
Yeah, there is. We do have a legitimate cookbook in the works.
Okay.
I was trying to
I'm
figure out
excited
the
for the
next.
cookbook. Not the baby better. I want that in the cookbook.
Well, I was trying to
Okay.
figure out, like,
We're trying to figure that out.
what
we just had
mac
somebody
and
message us
cheese means.
that said they're not seeing the live feed. Do we know that we're live?
Someone's not seeing the live feed.
Can
on
anybody
Facebook.
else?
I don't know.
Oh, we're live.
Oh no, somebody just
Oh,
said no.
yeah.
We seem to be good.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, we're getting
Somebody
a few
just asked about it. Okay.
All right.
Somebody just asked about the cookbook. There we go.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I think we're seeing it a little bit later. So Salita, I'm not sure if I guess she can't hear us, so I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out what the crack and cheese was like code for.
Oh,
Like, what is
That's
that?
a medical condition that I don't like to talk about.
He
If I'm
makes
being
this
honest.
mac and cheese, and we call it crack and cheese because it's just the best
Yeah.
mac and
Yeah.
cheese on the planet.
Yeah, crack and cheese. There's it'll come out, and it's gonna be it's very much home cooking, family style
Yeah.
stuff that you can cook together as a family. I can't say anything now. That's it. That's podcast over. I didn't know. I was told this was PG-13.
Everything you say, I'm still going.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
Did I mention the children's book? We can't. We should. Hopefully that'll turn the corner. Because I don't want to be on a list of any kind. All right? It's just a children's book for children. Jeez.
Oh my god.
Piper's the one that can't be within 50 feet of a school. That's for a totally different reason.
Cougar.
You see?
So, I lost you. I'd be hanging around the community college. Hey, honey, I got a Game Boy.
Oh.
Oh Lord, that's what you're luring them with, Game Boys. You're going to attract more 40-year-old men. If that's what you really need.
What is it now?
Men in their
Nintendo
40s.
Switch?
There you go. Look at you. There you go.
I don't know.
See, you're
I don't know what the hip young people are into these days.
We're closer to breaking your hip than being hip.
I know.
You try. I'm sorry. Hi, we're the Davenports. Welcome to our roller coaster.
Oh, man.
Okay.
So if you have questions for us, you're going to have to pry them in, just so you know.
Oh my God.
No. So if anyone wants to stalk y'all,
Yeah.
I personally enjoy Instagram and Linktree for anyone that's not already stalking. But look how freaking cute y'all are.
Oh, thank you.
But here's my favorite. Speaking of cookbooks.
Oh, yeah. Beef stroke.
Oh, yeah. That was the honest to goodness autocorrect. Beef stroking off. So that's got to be what it is in the cookbook.
Yes.
I mean, we'll probably end up
Yeah.
reading into this
Yeah.
stuff.
Yep.
This is going to be the dirtiest thing. Well, every once in a while I'll say, look, I'm bored. I need a new recipe. Give me something, throw something at me.
Right.
So Piper found something that was called honeymoon chicken. And so I knew this was a popular recipe, and it was just something really, really easy. I'm like, okay, yeah, there's a million variations on this. And I like to usually follow the recipe the first time, and then, you know, or close to, and then the second time is when I start doing my thing and kind of figuring it out. So it went from honeymoon chicken to married chicken to fuck me in the ass chicken. So that's probably what it's going to
And there's Piper's anal.
She just kept saying, more, give me more punchier. Parmesan cheese was the key, and she's not usually offensive.
I'm not usually offended.
Give me more. I just was eventually just pounding her in the ass with Parmesan cheese, the whole wheel, and that did it. So fuck me in the ass chicken will probably be, there might be some little asterisks or something. But that'll probably be what my version of it ends up being called.
Yeah.
You know, what are you going to do?
Beef stroking off and...
Chicken Diane? I don't know who Diane is. Her chicken? Did she just like the dish? Did you make it? I don't know.
I'm really excited for this cookbook. I'm not going
Good. Well, it's nice to talk about it because then it gets me like excited about it. Yeah, you really do need to do this. And, you know, and the photography is tricky. It's all, I mean, but anything worth doing is hard. That's the bottom line. Nothing we do is easy. It's fun. Some of it is simple, but nothing's easy.
No.
There's no, even when you get to do what you love to do for a living, there's nothing easy.
No.
I think there's 65 books between us, and none of them have been easy. Not that I recall.
Hi, Kim. See Kim.
Some have been harder than others, or easier than others. But so cookbook should I mean, it should be hard.
Yeah,
Cooking's
for sure.
hard. But it's also super easy, and that's the thing. Is I think we want to do something that's not intimidating. Somebody who loves to cook to somebody who not so much.
I hate it.
To hey, you could get your teenagers involved.
For sure.
All that stuff.
For sure.
It'll happen.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Oh, sorry, it doesn't show your name, but hi, Facebook user.
I recognize that person now. Yeah, definitely seen that profile pic.
Facebook user.
Yes. If you want us to give you a shout out, either grant StreamYard permission or just put a little your name in the comment. Yeah. But yes, jump in.
Okay, Hampton users, I think. Facebook users.
Hampton users. Yes.
Facebook users from that.
Yes.
So y'all's website.
Oh,
it's awful.
It's 2 years old at least. I'm so sorry.
Ashton's back. But I love how you have Get Swept Away with Piper and Take a Ride with Jack.
Boom, boom, baby.
That is so fun. I love it.
Good.
Well, it will be updated at some point.
Yes.
Hopefully before the cookbook.
That was one of those things that I meant to get to during the height of the pandemic, but it just didn't happen. I'm sorry, y'all.
No,
it's all the information. Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, that's the most recent book, and that's like 10 books, 15 books ago.
Yeah.
Yes, but y'all have a lot. Y'all have so many books. Like, how many did y'all just say between the two of y'all?
I think we've got about 60 books between the two of us.
No, it's more than that.
Is it more than that?
Because you have over 50 and I have 10, including the co-write. So I think it's more like 65.
Maybe.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And most of those are hers. I have I'm writing the 6th or 7th in my MC series right now. 6th. And then we have 2 Rockstar co-writes, which were the first things that I wrote. Because I demanded she do it with me and hold my hands.
And then we have the Christmas Chronicles.
Right, and then the Christmas Chronicles, and then the kids book, which we did together.
Right.
But we've got more separate and co-writes in the future planned as well.
Well, then we have Road to Glory and Bound by Fate that were co-writes.
Right, the last 2 books that are under her name or in those series.
Right.
If you look in the inside cover, it's a with, but it's too confusing to put multiple names on the outside cover, and you just don't want to confuse people. And they're her books and they're her world. So even if I'm writing in her world, it's really, I'm trying to capture her voice and her spirit as much as I can.
Yeah.
I don't want somebody to come to a chunk and go, some homeless person just wander in here and write this chapter for you or something. It should be seamless and
Yeah.
So far, nobody knows you know?
No, because we write so similarly. So.
I mean, I learned to write by listening to what she would read me, you know, and every once in a while I'd have suggestions, and she'd go, you know, you have a knack for this, you should do it. And that's how it all started, really. And I persisted for a couple of years, and it's like, no, I don't. That's what you do. I do the music thing, and you do that thing, and I've got a day job, and I do that, and I was satisfied with where it was until I wasn't, and she just kept pestering me, and so here I am.
He had to quit his job. It was awful.
Yeah.
So I made him quit his job and write full time with me. So.
But I consider myself, I'm all the behind the scenes stuff, you know, the cover design, all the graphics. I've always done that for her, you know, and now I get to be also the opening band, you know, it's that kind of thing. It's, you know, I'm never going to be able to compete with her in a million billion years, but I try to draft off her Formula One car as much as I can, you know. But we like doing everything together. That's the bottom line. She wanted to share this life. It wasn't like...
We're highly codependent.
Yeah. We just prefer doing things together. I don't know why.
Yeah.
We like each other.
But why did Ben and Jerry want to make ice cream together? I don't know. You know, maybe Ben was better at churning and Jerry was better at jamming Butterfingers into the thing. I have no idea.
I bet they have an interesting cookbook.
Yeah, I would read that cookbook. Very much read that cookbook.
Oh my God.
We do live in Washington State, after all. But yeah, and then you end up eating a lot of Ben and Jerry's. But yeah, I don't know. We like being a duo.
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite book y'all have written together?
Oh, The Road Back.
I brought props.
Yes.
I don't know if other people brought props.
It's the second in our series.
Oh, okay.
So the first one was called Broken Road. Is that backwards?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't. Oh, is it backwards?
No, it's good. It's good.
Okay.
So The Road Back. Piper challenged me, and then finally got to the point where she demanded that I write. And we were on our first book splash cruise, which we ended up doing 4 of those until the end. But we were on the first one, and she hooked me up with a male reader or male writer who, I'll just say, talks like this. Yeah, fucking man. So fucking just write the fucking book, man. What the fuck's your problem? Just write it. Just fucking do what she says. You can talk. You can probably fucking write. Now shut up and write the fucking book. And I said, thank you, Scott Hildreth. Thank you very much.
Scott Hildreth, by the way, if you haven't read any of his stuff.
Talks and writes exactly like that. It's
exactly like that.
Hi, Jennifer.
So on the plane.
She is one of our best friends in the whole world.
And is just the beautiful soul and beautiful person and inside and out.
Yeah.
And we love her. We love her. We love her.
Our favorite.
Hopefully she'll be coming to a signing with us very soon.
Coming to Denver.
I didn't want to spill.
She'll be in Denver.
So
I'll
you'll be in
Denver.
Yay! Oh, sweet. That's
Awesome.
Great. Very cool. Yeah.
So Scott said you can write, and it really encouraged him. And so he wrote his first book on the plane home. And it was
the first 7,000 words.
But it was great. He did such a good job. And so then, and Brandy, she's our Ziggy. She's our brain.
Oh, the knower of all things.
She's the knower of all things. So it was really fantastic. And then The Road Back's the second in that series, and it was our favorite. We acted out a lot of scenes.
A lot of market research.
A lot of market research in it. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where more
Jack
people.
and Hadley.
They did. It was so good.
That's the other nice thing about being married couple. I mean, you know, if you've written a good scene, if you turn yourself on or you've passed it to the other person, and they turn, you know, and you're like, okay, well, thank you for sending me this scene. Now get the fuck upstairs, you know. Like, that's nice. That is a nice company perk. It's nice to be on the clock and bone. It's nice to know it's a tax write-off.
Ma'am, I'm going to need to discuss this with HR. I am HR.
Now shut up and go harder.
Oh, I love it. So, since you'll have so many books, and if somebody was new, where would you tell them to start?
We have freebies, actually. So Jack has 2 freebies, Duke and Minus.
So digitally, you can download Minus for free, which is the first in my Burning Saints MC series. So these are 1%ers that are trying to go legit, and the growing pains that one would expect would come from those such things.
And then Duke, the prequel to that, is also free.
Okay.
And so
Just a novella.
it's a novella, and we're currently in the process of getting the paperbacks.
We don't have many novellas. Most of our stories
Yeah.
are full length, but
And then I have a bunch of freebies out there. So I have Road to Desire, which is the first in one of my MCs. And
Ooh, look at that.
Primal Howl, which is the first in that's the 1% MC, so it's a little darker.
and these guys are in Colorado.
They're in Colorado.
So
Dogs
for
and
those that
Fire
want to
is
get into a Denver kind of movie.
Yes. And then
Portland.
that's Portland. And then if you like Immortal Vikings set in Scotland,
Ooh, yes.
that is free.
Ooh.
And that went to New York Times.
And I've been inspired to write a spin-off series of this
Right.
that's the next generation, so 20 years into the future from where this series ends.
Right.
Because we wrote the last book in that series together, and then I'm just she was done with it, and I'm like, I'm just getting started. So but it's rekindled her interest in that series a lot, and so we've got these 10th anniversary issues that are out now that have a bonus short story in the back.
I like
Yeah,
that.
so that's free.
That's awesome, Charlie. Thank you. That makes my day.
First MC. Oh, wow. That's really cool. Wow, that's really cool. And then this is her favorite one. So
He's on the cover, so it's my favorite.
sometimes when people say, where do I start? And I don't mind if I start in the middle of a series. This is book 6 in her Dogs of Fire, but it's her favorite one because it's her favorite hero. And she says,
and there's a novella called Hatch that's free, which is him on the cover as well. And that one's free as well.
Oops, sorry, I keep taking this. See? You said my manspreading was going to get me in trouble.
And then I have another book that's a favorite of mine. It's called Rider, and it used to be called A Nun Walks into a Bar. And it's basically about a nun who falls in love with a biker bar owner. So it's one of those ones that it's just funny and irreverent, and it's just fantastic.
That was one of those ones that when that title came up, and we're like, a nun walked into a bar, that's great. And we had this cover and this whole art concept that we just loved. And
nobody got
the market just went, huh? And barely anybody bought it. When they would, they'd go, oh my gosh, this is one of your best stories.
Yeah.
And we were like, fine, it's called Rider, and here's a hot shirtless guy on the front. Bam, right to the top. I was like, God dang it. Like, you just,
such a bummer, because it was
give them what they
want.
want.
It was a funny cover, and it was just,
Yeah.
it was funny.
Yeah.
And it's kind of it's a more common.
Sexy
it's
rom-com.
really sexy, but
for sure.
I mean, until you put the sexy cover, on it, nobody really picked it up, and then it flew off the shelf, so to speak. So it was like.
But number one rule of marketing, you can't be confusing. People have to ask, what is it?
Yeah.
They just rarely will.
Yeah.
So, it's a good, I love the Rider cover.
I do
Actually.
too.
It's one of my
One of
favorite
my
covers. But yeah, it was kind of funny when you go, okay, know your readers, and your readers want a little more spice on their cover. They don't care who's watching them on the plane. They do not care.
No.
So good for you. Let your freak flag fly, damn it. Display those abs proudly.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. So now, Piper, you also do you still write under Tracy?
I don't. No, I write exclusively under Piper now, because it just got too. It got irritating.
That same book splash signing where I became Jack, she decided to become Piper full time.
Yeah.
Because she was actually signing at that signing under both names.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it was because I was writing cleaner under Tracy. Like I called it clean but not squeaky. So I was, the sex was behind closed doors, and I mean there was still swearing, but there were no F-bombs, and I limited how many times I said shit and everything. And I had a reader reach out and go, well, you're not that clean. I counted this many times you said shit, which was twice. How many times you said damn it, which was 11. How many times you said ass and blah, blah, blah. And I'm offended. I'm like, well, fuck you then. I'm not going to write under Tracy anymore. I'm just going to write under Piper completely.
There was a certain percentage of the market, or there is a certain percentage in the market share of clean writers that identify as religious of some form or another. And that's great. That's fine. We used to be heavily involved in church, and we're not at all anymore. So we understand where people are coming from. But clean doesn't mean Christian. You know, if you want Christian fiction, go to a Christian bookstore or go look up the word Christian. But that was never the market that she was trying to appease.
No.
She was just trying to keep things clean, to keep the market more open. But that's not really what she wanted. I keep saying market, like it's just who she was, her audience, her readership. It's who she was writing to.
Right.
But then when she said, I want to write dirty. I want to knock boots.
I read sex.
Yeah.
I never wanted to do that. He was actually a pastor at the time when I started writing. He was a pastor. And so I was working with the youth and everything. And so it was like he had challenged me because I originally wrote with sex. And he's like, well, maybe pull the sex out and see if it's
what an
still
asshole.
if it still sells, you know, and if you still find a market without the sex in the books.
Because her story is so strong.
Yeah. And so I did. I mean, I kind of argued a little bit, but then I saw the logic behind it. And I did that. And I've been a full-time writer since 2010. I've never had to have a real job. So it worked. But I didn't enjoy it as much as I did with the sex. I mean, because I read sex. I love romance. I've read romance since I was 12 years old. My mother gave me a bodice ripper at 12. She denies it.
I love it.
She denies it to this day.
She didn't know the body stripping was in it.
My mother is a gaslighter. So I don't think either she didn't know what it was, or she doesn't want to admit that she gave me a full-on bodice ripper when I was 12.
We'll let you, dear reader, choose which is most
But anyway, from that time on, it's like I have never read anything else. I mean, the biographies on Abraham Lincoln, because I'm obsessed with America, because yay, America, it's the greatest country on earth. But I'm an immigrant.
But then she'll be reading it like, when do Abraham and Mary bone? He's pretty lanky. He's probably packing some real meat there, presidentially speaking. I'm just saying. So she gets bored of the biography after once in a while.
So I wanted to put sex back in the books, and I didn't know how to do. I didn't want to alienate my readers at the time. So he just said, then just write under a pen name, and he gave me my pen name. My first book under Piper was Witness. I wrote it in less than a month. I threw it up there, and it sold so quickly. I couldn't believe it. So I just put sex back in all my books. I retitled them. I just put New York Times bestselling author Tracy Jane Jackson writing as Piper Davenport, put the sex back in them, published them all under Piper Davenport, and then
it just spread from there. And she always made sure that she has freebies out there, and that's been a big part, because we do zero advertising. And people freak out when they hear that. They don't believe us. They think that there's no gaming the system. There's no tomfoolery. She wrote books, released them, and I would do the covers, and they would sell. And then, so we keep doing that, and you get better at it over time, and you refine it. But not much has changed since 2010, really. It's just been a steady flow of writing books for people, and then we get to travel around and meet who we wrote them for, and that's the most amazing, humbling, crazy part of the whole thing.
It's been nuts.
You don't know. You write in
That's
a vacuum.
awesome.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
But that's the other thing about writing as a team. We don't write in so much of a vacuum, or that we're both writers, even if we're not writing as a team, just to have another writer to bounce stuff off of right there. Because sometimes you don't know. You just think, what did I hear? Just read this. No, that's really good. Don't change anything. Or no, I see why you're getting stuck, whatever. Just to have that, it would be a lot harder if I don't know that I would do it if I was just alone.
No. Oh yeah, Brandy. Yes, Bride Price, which is time travel back to the American Civil War, is also for
that was your very first book, though.
Yeah, that's my very first book.
That sounds so interesting. Oh my gosh.
Well, she said, I want to write romance, but I don't know what to do. And you write what you know. And she's like, well, the first romance that you really fell in love with was time travel.
Oh yeah. Did anybody ever read Constance Day O'Flannery? Do you remember her? She was a big 80s.
What's that one called?
It was called Timeless Passion.
There it is. We had to find a copy of it.
I had to find a copy of it
on
eBay
back in the day or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that really was like, I would like to do something like that, but back to the Civil War. It's like, then do that.
So
that's all it takes. That's the one spark. And then you have to feel special enough to sit down and write it down.
Yeah.
I heard another writer say that once. What do you do when you can't write? I walk around the city until I feel special enough to sit down and write stuff down.
Oh,
I was like, yeah, that's about it.
Cool.
That takes a lot of the mystery out of it. It's like, because you have to feel kind of like, these words matter, But it's more like, I hope somebody reads these and it matters to them.
Yeah.
Not that it matters in the great American novel sense. So.
It just cracks me up how Ashton's phone just keeps dying, and she just like
I know.
I didn't know if she was getting run off the road, or this is like a witness protection kind of thing going on.
And then like, oh, she just pops back up.
Yeah.
Where will she be next? We don't know.
She comes down from the top like Spider-Man.
Oh, and do any of you miss roller skating days or songs of the 70s?
We were just talking about this.
That is so funny. Just talking about roller skating.
I know, I loved roller skating. Oh my god.
I would roller skate. We'd go to the, I was born in 73.
Yeah.
We grew up, in the 80s, early 80s, my mom roller skate. My mom was, she had overalls with buttons all over them, and she'd dye her hair. This is like early 80s stuff, like she loved like punk rock and new wave, especially like new wave music, Blondie and stuff like that. So everybody was like, oh, your sister's cute. I'm like, that's my mom. She was 20 when she had me, so she was really young and looked young.
Yeah.
And she would roller skate everywhere. Yeah. I grew up on skates.
Yeah, I did too. Like the old, first the metal wheels, and then
you'd hit a rock and you'd bust your face open.
The rubber wheels with the stoppers and everything.
Absolutely.
I love that. And I mean, all of our music on our playlist and everything are 70s and 80s. We just had Journey on.
So much of it.
Just listening to Journey.
I mean, obviously a lot of 90s stuff, like, when I was in the music scene that was coming up through the 90s and into the early 2000s and all that stuff. So, but as a kid, absolutely. Roller skating, you do it till you have blisters.
Oh, totally.
You learn to backwards skate.
Oh, yeah.
All that stuff.
Oh, my gosh. I wish we had a roller skating rink around here.
They should do that. Well, I remember I was too old for roller blades. Like, by that time, I was playing in clubs and stuff. Yeah. But I've still never to this day put a set of rollerblades on. I've been ice skating a couple times. Yeah. That's hard. Man, that's hard.
I used to do tricks on ice skates. I can't even
I do this one trick where it looks like I'm gonna fall down, and then I fall down, and that one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that.
Okay, but could y'all do those like dance moves? Like, have y'all?
Yeah.
Like they dance and rollerblade
and skate backwards. Yeah, I could do all of that.
There are still songs like if I hear an ELO song, for instance, I can't not my internal rhythm wants to all of a sudden start to skate. Don't bring me down. You know, it's just like you just want to start skating to that one. Or Billy Squire is another one.
Totally.
You know, Journey you mentioned, all that stuff. And then when you were done skating, you'd go play Donkey Kong or Pac-Man and eat a slice of bad pizza and then go skate again. It was the best. You could burn. I mean, how many birthday parties could you? You know, you burn 2 hours at a skating rink.
Totally.
So absolutely, we did. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I need Ashton back because it is almost time for Cougar Talk.
Cougar Talk.
Ashton.
Oh, you see?
I am
Yell
so
out Cougar
sorry.
Talk and she shows up.
You guys are the greatest. I'm so sorry. Like, my phone will die after like 20 minutes. I have to get a new phone tomorrow, so I apologize. But it's been so great to listen to you guys.
You heard the magic word, Cougar.
Ooh, oh, is it Cougar time? Oh.
Wow.
Is that not the best video ever?
I did not know this was a high-class operation.
We got it all going on here.
I don't know about you. My cooter is ready, though.
So, okay. I did not know
Oh boy.
that. No, it's not
Usually
that
if
bad.
you didn't know something, it's going to be really interesting.
No,
You went down a rabbit
it's not
hole.
that bad. It's not that bad. I promise. So I didn't know Build-A-Bear had After Dark.
What?
Oh, hell yes.
But look, they're really not that dirty.
Well, no, I
like that
like
lounging
the
one.
bondage bears.
Oh, there's a lion.
Oh,
I'm
those
a
are
Leo. We
cute
gotta
for,
get
like,
that
Valentine's Day.
But you know, they don't come with toys. And they
No.
don't come with, like, I feel like they should come with like something.
Yeah, where's like Ass Play Bunny?
Yeah, right?
I want anal beads.
Anal Beads Barney.
No, anal beads aardvark.
Oh, Anal Beads Aardvark, sure.
There you go.
Anal Arnie.
Like they're classy.
Oh, look at that fine gentleman.
Oh.
Oh, that's just cute. That's that. Hey, girl. He looks like he's in a boy band.
Oh my God, the slippers.
Yeah.
Stop.
Oh, look, that rabbit is turned.
Oh,
Rose.
the monkey's like leaning.
Oh, yeah, that rabbit's
Hey
like,
there.
it's like middle of the day. It's like, hi, kids are home from school early. Was it a half day, sweetie? I didn't know you were coming.
Yeah.
Mommy's not talking funny. Oh, look at that frog. Oh, he's the bar. Oh, he's like going to a rave.
Yeah. So
Like just, yeah. He just
Are
did
they
some
like
Molly.
for Valentine's Day? Or are they all the time?
I don't know, but it's called the
Okay.
Bear Cave.
All right,
But
no.
I feel like, honestly, the DC bear is dirtier. Are you
All
ready?
right. Lay it on us.
Ready.
Oh, damn.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Right?
Well, no, where was he
That is-
earlier?
Is that Call Me Daddy Bear?
It's Catwoman. But I feel like that one's way dirtier.
That is not Catwoman. That looks like a biker bear.
Yeah, that looks
Yeah.
like a woman I paid on Times Square once. That is. Whew. My cooter's definitely ready now. How much is that bear?
That's $40.
Oh, okay. I thought there was another 9
Oh.
behind that. I was about to freak out.
Doesn't this one look dirtier than these?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the whip and stuff.
Oh yeah, now yeah. Oh yeah, no, that's like you walked into the wrong room. Like, oh, sorry, I'm not ready. I'm not advanced enough for this
I
class.
need that link because I feel like that would be a fun like giveaway for
Oh
like
yeah,
for the anybody
Yeah.
who pre-orders gets entered in to win that.
Catwoman. No, that is definitely a dude bear.
That's a dude.
He's like, I'm Catwoman. Let me in the party. Like, I'm
See,
not
this
even-
is what I thought they were all gonna be like when you said bears after dark. I was expecting
Right?
them all to
Yeah.
be like
Yeah.
the toys
After,
and like
yeah,
not
no,
just like
that's-
wine and
No,
holding
these are-
beer glasses.
Like happy. Like this was
Like,
like
I'm Sloth and I'm having my first beer. And And then Catwoman's like mistress of pain.
Like that's what I was expecting for Bears After Dark.
Yeah, these are nothing. Like just because you put on like some slutty booties does not
Yeah.
make it.
After Dark, he has sunglasses on. That can't be After Dark.
Carrie Hart.
Yeah, Corey Hart.
Carrie Hart is Alicia.
Pink's, yeah, your best
Alicia,
friend's
my
husband.
best friend's husband. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and also I still like I want to take you out. The way "take you out's written, like it looks like some kind of like Mortal Kombat.
Take you out. Double tap. Yeah.
Like this.
Oh my
I don't know. I'm very confused about this.
Yeah.
Well, he's not wearing pants. So
Right. No, that's true.
I mean,
There's
Go back up to I want to take you out bear for a second. That bear is definitely a narc out of high school. He's like, what's up, fellow bears?
Right.
Anybody know anything about shooting any narcotics around here for a good time?
Like 21 Jump Street Bear.
Yeah. 21 Jump Street Bear. Absolutely.
my name is Jim.
Yeah. They're like, go back to your bear cave. What? Bear cave? What's that? I don't even know what that is even. Yeah. No.
Oh my god,
After
that's hilarious.
It started out good, but they got way too cute,
Yeah.
way too fast.
You know, I just feel like coziest.
I mean, these aren't just like, I don't know. They're not dark enough for me, maybe.
No.
No.
I know.
They're just too cutesy. I want the wine one.
Yeah.
No. This was the After Dark bear.
Yeah.
Yes,
no,
this could be a whole series, a whole line. Like
One of those you gift to your mother-in-law. One you don't. Look, it's a bear that says wine time because you're an alcoholic. We don't talk about it. But that one, she would have questions. She would have a lot of questions.
Yeah, I feel like Build-A-Bear missed their mark.
Yeah.
they did. They
They
weren't
did.
really going for like dark. It's more like adult themed, but it's not dark.
Yeah.
No, they have potential. We saw it with the Catwoman.
No.
That's more like Peach Pit After Dark.
Yeah.
I was just expecting more of that. Maybe I don't know.
Oh.
Like I was expecting the bear to be like all wrapped up with rope or something. Like
Right,
that's what
yeah.
I was thinking.
But you know what? They could have. Because, you know, when you go to Build-A-Bear, you can add the little scents in there. So you could have like, you know, like for a guy, like cologne. You know, if you want to, like, if a guy wants to give a girlfriend, you know, have his
For the
scent.
girl, you could have chloroform. Oh, no. That's no.
You know how they have those baby toys?
Comes with zip tie.
Bad Jack. Cancel Jack. No.
We don't have those baby toys that vibrate. So it could be a
Yeah.
vibrating bear.
Sure. There you go.
Are we back on baby batter?
We were back on baby batter again in the
No,
real cookbook.
that is lady juices. What lady splooge? If she's got a vibration.
But then, get this.
Sorry, she lost me.
When you break up, then you could like decapitate the bear or like rip it up. You know? So
Oh, sure. And then finding
Oh.
the toy inside. Oh, I'm with you now. I like this.
I'm
This
still
is a
thinking about the
multi-
decapitated bear.
like you have a bad breakup.
No, it's good. I'm okay. I'll be honest. I'm a little worried about the commercial.
Poor
I'd
Bill
like
the
to
Bear is
get
going, do not endorse us. Do not endorse us.
for it to work. We probably need like Don Cheadle, somebody reputable that America trusts.
It's not Cougar Talk.
I know it's not going to be called Dildo Bear. That's obviously the working title, but I do think that there is some market share possibilities.
There is. And look, record your own sound.
Oh,
Right.
Oh no.
oh my god.
Right.
No.
I should have never left you. You're the best. You know.
It depends. Okay, if I could get some like a narrator that like I like to make, maybe.
No, what if like your husband made a sound?
Well,
You'd be like,
Don't you have to hear him in bed enough? Are you gonna get 4 hours of me snoring? Turn the fuck over!
no. It could be like a Henry Cavill when he's the Witcher. You know, like when he's like,
see?
Oh.
Yeah, like what if you wanted to have like a
Oh.
recording of like your
No,
favorite
now listen to
actor
her.
or something?
Say
Yeah.
more.
Say more.
Okay, Don Cheadle's out, Cavill's in. Okay. This is
Oh,
something that's been
yeah,
happening a lot to
Build-A-Bear
Cavill, right? Pulled in and out of projects.
Brandy is a Build-A-Bear expert. She used to work there.
The Kushner always
course
had
you
kids.
did.
Yeah.
See, you learn something about your friends every day. I have no idea. No idea.
Yeah.
How many people were getting Build-A-Bears just so they could stash their pot or their pills in it? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. That's
Too
where I
many
went on my first
16-year-olds.
date, though.
You went on your first date to Build-A-Bear?
Yeah. Yeah, my boyfriend took me to a Build-A-Bear for my first date.
Wait,
See
so
you guys.
he wasn't your boyfriend at the time, though, because it's first date, right?
Well, we started dating, but that was like our first time out where like our parents had to drop us off.
That's a power move. Build-A-Bear is a power move. I was gonna say first date, that's a little strong, but yeah, you've been out for a while. That's a power move.
Oh.
You still have the bear?
Did you marry him?
No, I didn't. No. But I still have the bear.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, cute.
She's like, no, I didn't marry the bear. I still have the guy. Why would you ask me that? The dude's buried out back. It's weird. The bear, though. Shit. Well, I think we have a couple of bears that our kids made.
Sure. I don't know.
You know we have kids, right? 2 of them. Boys. About yay and yay.
Sure.
Sure. Okay. Well, it's all right. If you're drinking, I'm drinking. Brought to you by Minute Maid Zero Sugar. Now, we are not sponsored, but I like to bring this up on every podcast in hopes that they will start sending me crates of delicious, refreshing, 0 calorie, 5 calorie, just 5 calorie, folks. 0 sugar. Minute Maid. Oh.
I could have brought my wine up.
When you want to drink beer, but you're getting fat, Minute Maid, 0 sugar.
That's the way to go.
Ah!
I would endorse you. I would ask you to endorse. Yep.
Thank you.
Sold.
Me or Cheadle. Me or Cheadle. It always comes down to one of us. Always.
I want to put something creepy in a Build-A-Bear. That's what I'm thinking about. Brandy, what was the creepiest thing that anyone put?
Good question.
Build-A-Bears.
Somebody's liver?
Oh, wait. Was anybody like, these are my mother's ashes, and I want to put this on? Like, that would be weird.
That would be creepy. Yep. That
These
wins.
are my precious moments,
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy
Krueger voice.
Oh, God.
Put my mother's ashes in the bear, bitch. They should have had a Freddy Krueger. They probably do now with all the, like, everything's been made cute. There's a Funko Pop version of everything, right? There's probably a Freddy bear now.
We have Funko Pops of Piper and Jack.
Yeah, we do. Oh,
Wait, you have a Funko Pop?
You do it.
Hold on.
Oh, I love that.
Look, she has her little glasses and a little handbag, designer handbag, and her Captain America shirt that she always wears. And he made me all like, he felt like, he's like, I feel like your inner spirit is, and then I got my Allegra Drums t-shirt there, the drum company that sponsors me. So yeah, Jack and Piper. Aren't they cute?
I love that.
Those are awesome.
Very cool. Yeah, this guy on
Instagram.
Namasteve, like Namaste, but Namasteve makes, I was listening to somebody on a podcast and somebody had done that as a gift. So I was like, I want to make those. So he's cool. He takes actual
I do too.
photos.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I want one. Namaste.
He just has buckets of parts and he just finds things and sculpts and it's really cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I like it.
We've been popped.
Speaking
of Cougar Talk, we've been popped.
We're going to change our little clam.
Oh yeah, you forgot to put the clam for Cougar Talk.
Is that a ghost?
It's a clam.
No, but it looks like a ghost flying out like, oh, my clam hasn't been jammed in so long. Poor little ghost clam.
I'll never be able to look at it the same again.
No, it's
I
picture
ruined
little
everything.
ghost,
I'm sorry.
little ghost popping out.
Well, you've certainly ruined my clam.
There you go.
No.
Da-da-da-da-da. It's the Davenports, everybody. Thank you very much. All right, how much more Cooter? We got more Cooter to talk about?
Yeah.
In Gordon Ramsay's voice, GPS.
That's GPS would be
Oh,
priceless in a
that's
bear.
great. Take a right, you fucking Muppet! Oh! Wrong!
You donkey.
You donkey! You can't make a U-turn! Oh! For fuck's sake! You go, you have to use the turning lane! Oh! I like, yeah, that's good.
I'd start crying. My bear would make me cry.
Yeah. Gordon Ramsay bear, I like it.
Yeah, me too. I feel like Gordon Ramsay would actually make a really great voice for a sex toy too.
Go harder, you mother! You donkey!
If you have a degradation kink, I feel like you would be one to go with.
That's not man gravy!
Oh,
definitely intimidating.
Yeah.
Intimidating, man. Yeah. You would not want to displease Chef.
No.
Oh my gosh.
So Ashton, do you have this or that for us?
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I was like, my screen is frozen, so I was like,
I was gonna say, I think
Yeah,
it's frozen.
But I like it.
I
that
am
you're
frozen.
smiling at me.
but as long as
That's
you
a
can hear
good.
me,
That's a
it's
good
okay.
profile pic right there.
All right. So I have just a couple of this or that's, and I kind of missed some question stuff. So, I think my first, would you rather write in a female
Oh! Clam jam! Wah, wah. That's 3 ghost clams. One more and she's out for good. Oh no.
I feel like her question was going forward. Would you rather write in the female point of view or the male point of view? I could be wrong, but
That sounds about right. I find it easier to write in the female point of view, but I actually kind of like writing in the male point of view because I can get dirtier.
oh,
I love writing a book, and I can't imagine. I could imagine writing a book from a singular character's point of view, but I never have. Even though I never had any aspirations of being a professional writer, I have written all my life, and usually it's shorter stuff. But as far as novels, they've always been from 2 perspectives.
Yeah.
So I think there's some things. Honestly, some things are just easier to say from one character's point of view.
yeah.
Sometimes you want your character to be in the dark, and if you're writing it from the female's point of view and she knows something the male doesn't, then it's harder. So it's nice to have another voice.
Yeah.
Plus, we all have different sides. You know, I think a lot of people, if they hear that we've written something together, just assume she writes the female and I write the male. But that would be boring. I mean, we could do it as an exercise.
He's funny because he tends to. I think he actually likes writing from the female perspective better than the male perspective because he actually likes to write strong female characters. I find it easier to write from the male perspective than the female perspective.
Her males are a little more. My men tend to be a little more flowery with their speech at times.
Yes.
Which
I have to go in and rough up his men.
not that it's like they're not. All the rough and tumble stuff is still there because I grew up around bikers and outlaws.
But he's very. His words are very. I don't want to say flowery. He's a talker. Like we say, you know how they say that if sharks stop swimming, they will die and sink to the bottom of the ocean. If Jack stops talking, he will die.
Right down to the fucking
Just
bottom.
die. Just drop dead. So
that's not 100% true. What the truth really is, because I'm an only child, and I spent hours in my room alone listening to music. If I'm alone in it and my brain is engaged, I listen to a ton of podcasts.
Yeah.
And while I'm working around the house, I'm always listening to podcasts. So I have to be involved in conversation. I don't have to be necessarily the one speaking, but I love conversation.
But he does talk to the podcast. sometimes. I hear him.
You've been talking to The Walking Dead, and you've already watched that show. She's gone back to The Walking Dead.
But he is chatty.
Yeah.
So his writing is chatty.
Yeah.
So I trimmed down the chattiness a little bit.
Yeah.
And so and he tends to expound my writing a little bit more because I can tend to go, oh, he hit him.
And then something happened, and it was cool.
And it was great. So he
maybe
helps me because he helps me with my fight scenes because I'm a girl. I mean, and I don't say that like girls can't write fight scenes. I just am a girl and don't write great fight scenes. He's better at it. So he helps me with my fight scenes and he helps expound those scenes so that they don't sound stupid. So I help trim some of his fat and he helps put some of the fat on my lean. So.
Never thought of that. But
yeah.
That's probably a very, very true statement. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because like I said, my old man was in the music business. And I grew up around a lot of interesting people, musicians, bikers, outlaws, a lot of illegal substances around
Yeah.
and, guns and people and violence and all sorts and fun and craziness and a lot of like just cast of characters that most people don't get to grow up around. And she grew up very sheltered, Christian, good, nice family from New Zealand where everybody looks the same and talks the same and kind of thinks the same. And I mean that by no insult, but it's a small country.
Insult. New Zealand's a whole.
She's saying this. I'm going back there and might want to have people be nice to us.
I think that hell is freezing over because we are going back there.
For fun.
It's gonna be really weird.
No, it's like if you moved away from Kansas and you moved to New York City, there's going to be differences, So from her moving to New Zealand, a very small country, very far away from the U.S., to come here to this great big place and then be in the San Francisco Bay Area where I'm originally from, which is its own crazy, it's an amazing primordial soup San Francisco is for artists of any kind.
Right.
If you go to New York or LA, you kind of have to know what you're doing already. San Francisco allows people to become really anything. And I sort of knew that at the time, but looking back now, there's really no place that's ever been like it in that regard. Yeah. So we got to really be a part of a lot of theater and interesting churches that were doing things that weren't, I lived in a warehouse with 5 other artists. That's when we met, really cool. Just a lot of weird arty stuff. And I think we brought some of that spirit with us. Yeah. When we came up to Portland. So. But Portland's also weird.
Yeah.
I love that.
What was your question?
See?
Chatty. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. All right. Kim says that's cool, Mr. Jack.
Oh, yeah. Scott. Yeah. Hard shell. Soft inside. Yes, totally.
That's right, fucker. Fucker, get it. I'm an M&M. What's this with the M&Ms? There's M&M controversy. The M&Ms aren't gay enough. Their M&Ms are too gay. What are people? Why do people have a problem with the goddamn M&Ms? The only reason I care is because I love Billy West, the voice actor who does Red. And I don't want him losing work. He's Stimpy.
Maya Rudolph now is doing all of the...
And I love Maya Rudolph.
Yeah.
But what was wrong with something about shoes? They don't even have shoes in Red. It's a candy. I don't understand. The planet's on fire and we're arguing about candy shoes. I don't understand.
It's so dumb.
I really don't understand the world we live in anymore. Sorry.
It really is The Walking Dead.
Yeah, with M&Ms.
Yes.
Well, at least we have M&Ms.
Yeah, at least we have M&Ms. That's true.
Yep.
We are going to Australia later this year.
April.
Later this year for Rare Australia, and so we've been buying American
candy to take with us
for gift
giveaways like Reese's
and
Pieces and Oreos and all the things that you can't get there. At least you can't get it without paying through the nose for it. So our dining room table is covered with all of this American lollies.
I'm not gonna say that all the Twinkies are gonna make it there. I'm not.
I'm thinking like I want to go to y'all's house.
And I never buy this. Well, I don't buy stuff but if it's around, I love candy. I love
I
candy.
walked by the table. I'm like, oh my God, the box is already, it looks like a werewolf has ripped it open already. So,
yeah.
But
pandemic has not been good
No.
for me in my candy consumption.
that's okay. You're still delicious.
Thank you, baby. If you cut me open, I'm a giant gummy bear.
Just can't wait for the cookbook, y'all. Just can't. Well, I think we've lost Ashton, y'all.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
But thank you so much for being a guest on Cougar
Thank you.
Talk.
For having us.
Y'all
This
can
is
come
so
back anytime.
Oh my gosh.
We'd love
this
to.
was so fun.
Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm a fan of cougars, so I'll take them.
Yeah, anytime you have a break in your schedule, let me know and we'll fill in.
And we'll definitely see you in Denver.
I cannot wait to see y'all in Denver.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. We have so much happening too because we're doing casino night and then we're on a panel, and so it's going to be really fun.
Great. I can't wait. I'm very excited for the casino night. I just learned to gamble.
Oh, cool.
There you go. Then
That's
I know.
awesome.
be ready to part with some of your money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know I will.
I left. Okay, so I'm about to clean house, y'all.
Awesome. Can't wait. We're going to have some really good prizes and stuff. So
I'm excited. Well, thank y'all so much. And everybody watching, thank you for watching. And make sure y'all go and stalk Jack.
thank you.
Find us on Facebook.
Yes, everywhere. TikTok everywhere.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.